Oh boy, so we're back. And I figured out, I hope, why it's not working. Now I'm going to put the hard drive back in. Because when it was working, couldn't detect nothing. And the reason being was because I didn't have the games and stuff in the correct folder. Make sure the hard drive's secure. Make sure everything is secure. There we go. Because that hard drive loves to stick up a little bit. Like if it goes in a certain way for the Dreamcast, it'll stick up a certain way. And of course my nose is a little more messed up because I've been talking to y'all for what, an hour and a half almost? So at least I can stop panicking now. Okay. And I'm gonna put this here next. Because when the mode was working, it said no games, and I'm like, what the fuck? I know I put games on here. Come to find out the games need to be in its separate folder. Like it needs to be in a specific folder for it to recognize. All right, so what had happened, and I'm gonna look the video back, see if I actually saw it. This was broken, like it was apart. And I'm not even gonna touch it, it's already... Yeah, so basically this was open, like that. And apparently if the fan isn't operating, the Dreamcast won't turn on. Which is a good safety feature, by the way. So let's hook everything back up. And hopefully this fucking thing is working. Alright. Oh. What the hell am I doing? I don't want that shit. Also, I gotta get the controller from the bedroom because I use the bedroom TV to double check. It's always trial and error when it comes to these damn things. Every time. That's why when you're doing work like this, you gotta have patience. Patience is a requirement. Alright. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use that. I'll use the original controller. Because I have it here. So I don't have to go back and forth. It's already past 1 in the morning doing this. Alrighty. So I'm going to put it back to AV. Let's hope it actually works in here. Yep. Alrighty. And of course I gotta set the time. But it's working. It wasn't before, but goddamn it, now it is. So it's proof positive the battery needs to be replaced. Which is gonna happen anyway. So I don't give a fuck about setting this goddamn thing. Can't believe this fucking thing is 24 years old already. Can you believe it? Because it came out in 1990. Technically 25, because it came out originally in 1998. So the Dreamcast is going to be 25 years old this year. Holy shit. Wow. Alright, so it's reading the games. I just got to scan them. I gotta go in here, scan current folder. I know there's not going to be any covers for the Atomic Wave stuff. Okay, so it's reading the covers. So that's a good sign. So I'm just going to put this back a ways, because while that's happening, we should have enough room. Let's take care of this, because we need to change the latch over for the Noctua fan. So, because this thing takes a long time for the hard drive. So this is a new latch for the Noctua fan, and it's meant to take to replace this and take the shape of the new fan. Wait a minute. The stick doesn't work on there, but I think that's more or less to be expected. I don't think you can use the. I don't think you use the analog for the mode. Some of these have covers for the redump supplement. This is going to be a long while. All right, so first thing we need to do is we need to borrow a couple things. So we need to take off this spring. Okay, I'm being able, okay, we can see it. Good. First thing, this spring needs to come off. All right. And then these screws. Because we need to reuse them. Just gotta be careful because the thing is no longer on here. And I gotta figure out how to fit this on here. It fits right there. All right. So we need to put the clear piece back here. And like that. And we need the other. Of course. Oh boy. Second part's always the hardest for this one. See what I mean? No matter which way you try to do it. Come on. We just had that dish. Oh, no, you don't. And of course you had to. Ah, Jesus fuck. Come on. Did I just scotch tape you? Will that finally get you to hold? Oh boy. This screw near the end is always the hardest for this latch. Because at least for the other one, you have a guide. This one doesn't. Alright, so it's time to put this back on here. There it is. It's a rough close, but it's closing. Because that's more because of the 3D printed stopper than anything else. So it's a little like, there we go. All right. So the mode's working. We got everything hopefully situated. So now it's time to unhook everything and plug it back in. Not plug it back in, but you know what I mean. All right. Oh, boy. Before that, we got to screw the power back in. So now that we know everything's situated and working, we can do that. All right. Take the power supply, unplug it for a second. Put this screw in there. So is the part that makes me nervous the most. Working around the power supply, especially when I had to do a test to make sure it was still working. All right. So got everything closed. All right. I gotta try to find somebody to make a bottom sticker for this. So I found somebody obviously that does the label. Let's see if Stone Age Gamer makes one. You'd be surprised. I was surprised. You would think there would be people on Etsy that would do it, but no. No one on Etsy. I will say they need to make screwdrivers for people like me. I know they have those stupid bulbous things, but I want like where it's easy to torque. Especially now when torquing it back together is like a workout. Because you know how it is. It starts out especially these aftermarket cases. It starts out easy, then it's like really fucking hard. Okay, so it seems like everything's back together again and not too shabby. I kept this look because even when Sega made it black, I believe they still kept that. Like when Sega would do like the colored consoles, like the see-throughs, they still kept the regular controller port. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to put this back here. And we're going to try to do the modem real quick. That's 2 screws for that. Hopefully this fares a lot better than the last Dreamcast case I tried to do. Where the modem was a pain in the butt. Because the worst part about getting the modem out is this big ass RF shield, like interference shield. And obviously also getting the plug out too. And I got it out. A lot easier than I thought. Let me just give it a good spring. Well, I got the RF shield a little bit open. For any remaining dust that would be in there. Okay. Now to put it in its new shell. This is gonna be a son of a bitch. I can. No, I would need to. Because I gotta put the plug in first, but there's always some blocking it. I wonder if I could slide it in. Come on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Because it's got this RF enclosure. It needs to close over it. Stick there. need to get the RF shielding inside, not over the modem, because the plastic wants to go over there and it doesn't work like that. Oh, brother. I got the modem in. It's getting the RF shielding over it. I think I got it. I hope I do. It looks like it clicked into place. Let's try to put in the screws and see how I did. Not like I'm really going to be using the modem anyway. Trying to use my stomach to help with a little bit of torque. My hands are killing me. I don't really do too many of these projects anymore. All right. Try fitting on the modem. Yeah, I got it. It's flush. It's nice and flush. Look at that. Can't believe it myself. Unbelievable. All right. It's time for the moment of truth now that everything's assembled. The open button's a little stiff, but that's to be expected because of the 3D printed part. So let's hook up the controller. Power it on. Oh, that fan really is quiet. I feel a little air coming out of it, but not as much as the old fan. Because if I put my hand here, I could feel warmth. I'm going to bother setting the time. Fuck it. I'm only testing this thing out anyway. I don't have a memory card in front of me. Alright, now let's load a game. Actually, let me see if I can put this, because this is done, so let me see if I could put the phone